Sheffield Wednesday 5-minute review from the Cop, doing things a little bit different this week. I'm just going to do a little bit of a preview. Match is about to get underway in about 3 minutes' time. And so we go to Stoke. Generally don't do too well over there. Stoke currently 15th in the league. We're 24th, as you know. And they're 57 points in front. But we've lost 4 out of our last 5, and they've lost 3 out of their last 5. So they're not doing that wonderful. We've decided to go with a very similar kind of lineup with Otigbayo in the middle of the back, flanked with Iofa and Palmer, Maxlow back in. Again, on the left-hand side, and Fazir on the right, Thornton and Ingleson in the middle, and then Heskey and Yates and McNeil. With the bench, we've got Silcott Dewberry on the bench, which is an interesting one. Other than that, Chalabar, we've got Granger and Moses, so we've got some attacking threat. And we'll have to see how we go. What do I expect today? Well, we both tend to concede second half if we don't concede straight away. So let's see if we can hold out and try and get something out of it, at least a point. And I'll be back in a second. Okay, so after the match, 2-0. Another defeat. There you go. We didn't manage to score. We did have a few chances. No Jamal Lowe. Shouldn't really be in a situation where we're saying we miss him. I mean, we've got youngsters banging in goals for fun. I know it's different at different levels and such, but you know, we got Yates who has been scoring. Charlie McNeil, very capable. Ingleson potentially popping up with one. So I mean, how did it go? Well, they really pretty much controlled quite a big chunk of the game, probably about 2/3 of the game. We actually started to get into the match, and they scored sort of probably, you say, against the run of play, really. And again, you know, they just cut through us really, really easily. We just seemed to really struggle. They just, we seem to be fine on the front foot. We're passing it around. We're sort of getting somewhere, really. Final ball's not really that good. I mean, it's a bit of a rinse and repeat, really, for a lot of the season. And I would have said probably up to 2/3 in the game, we just seem to be a little bit more cautious. We've got absolutely nothing to lose, and I don't really understand why we would do that. They were, again, you know, we don't really get much change out of referees. They were clattering in, and every time we breathed near anybody and they went down and got a free kick, seemed to me, from my point of view anyway. And one of the things that I'd suggested previously is that Pedersen perhaps is a little bit reluctant to change things around. Certainly, you know, we get to a situation, we conceded in the first half, 32 minutes, so we'd well done for getting to that stage. But then conceded 57 minutes after the break, and I think we'd already got people waiting to come on at that point, which, yeah, great. I mean, that's good. But anyway, we brought Kabachi, Chalabar and Adamola on, and you know, three attacking substitutes. I think Max Lowe is struggling at the minute because he's been out for so long. You know, I mean, it was his first start really for a long time. So give him a bit of. I mean, he's a classy player, and if we do manage to see the best of him before the end of the season, I think he's going to be one of those that's going to be going in any case. But yeah, I think the reason why we still got him is because of his injury. But yeah, sort of Thornton is. I think he's really benefited from this season, but and he's a bit of a terrier of a player. I think he'll really come on and perhaps be a really good player in League One at this moment in time in the Championship against what always seems to be like bigger, stronger, faster players like everywhere. We seem to be a little bit slow to move it around. You know. When you're watching it, he's just screaming. Just lay it off now, shoot. Get anywhere near the goal and shoot. And they just pass it, and it passes off. They cover us, and then we end up passing it back. Goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. He gets plenty of touches. On the goalkeeper, Pierce Charles again, fantastic. I think man of the match really. He did really well. Ingleson obviously stood out as well. Just looking like they're grown up in the room, really. Ingleson, he's the one sort of like who's took Bannon's responsibility, and he's out there. I think it's difficult having a captain at the back because how can you dictate play, really? How can you be yelling and screaming in the ears of everybody? I think it's got to be somebody in midfield. Really, I think, as I say, they just seem to get through us really easily, and we just think that every time we concede a corner that potentially we're gonna lose the goal not because we've not got a good keeper, and the defence, we've got some big lads, but yeah, we're just a bit slow. We've not really got anything in the way of speed around there. So in the 59th minute, we made that triple substitution, which did give us some impetus. And I don't know whether people just saying, "Oh well, Stoke just took the foot off the accelerator," but we did make attacking substitutions, and they did give us a little bit more of an outlet. Adam Ola is. Obviously, he's been brought up in a great academy, and he's a skillful player. Whether he's going to be one of those that makes it at the top level, I don't know. But he certainly can carry the ball forward, as a lot of them can. It's just really where it goes from there. What we're passing to. Kabachi, he came back a while ago, and I thought he actually looked pretty good. I always thought when he first started, he looked like a bit of a talent. But, of course, at the time, we'd got Gassama and Masaba and really just got his nose pushed out and then got out injured. But, I think certainly if we can hold on to him, he's going to be a really good League One player. But he seemed to give us a good outlet as well. And Chalabar, yeah, definitely got some talent. I mean, he had an England call up like previously, so we were pushing on, and then we fetched on Moses, who has been banging him in for fun at youth level, but 87th minute, really, I know the game's gone, but just give it a go. Just try and get one. I'd rather lose 3-0 and try than 2-0 and not try, and just be safe. So a little bit sour on that side, but for the last third of the game we completely dominated. It was just us, but again, we just not got that cutting edge, that little bit of class. And I thought that Moses got in some great positions right at the end, but he just weren't getting the ball. And again, he's not just looking at a striker to put the ball in the net. He's looking at what kind of service they're going to get. So, with better service, I think we deserve to probably lose 2-1. I think they deserve to win because they were They did control pretty much most of the game, and when I say control, not absolutely dominated us. They pushed on a couple of times, and we looked a bit dodgy, and I think they hit the post at one point as well. And sort of coming up very, very soon is that Leicester match, and that's really our opportunity. If we don't beat Leicester, we ain't going to win a game all season. Although Leicester were winning at one point, but they got pegged back, as did United. But there you go. So we only conceded 2 goals this weekend. Okay, let's see how we won against Leicester anyway. So for now, bye for now. Up the Owls. I'll see you soon.